We all love a pivot story. Slack started as a video game, YouTube was a dating site, Instagram was a check-in app, Spotify an online store for snowboards. So when the original idea isn't working, the answer is obvious: pivot. What gets skipped over, though, is what it actually takes to pivot. Because the pivot usually happens when you're running out of money, running out of energy, still servicing the customers you already have, and explaining to investors why the new thing will work. With Bunny, we started as a direct-to-consumer company. We quickly figured out that in healthcare, charging the patient for something that should be covered in the standard of care isn't a viable business model. So we pivoted to B2B. But changing the business model isn't just a different direction. It's a different product, a different pitch, a different brand. Kevin saw a clear pivot opportunity too. Lever Health was a men's weight loss company, and then he found out.
Another big part of it was he went in with the assumption that there wasn't a men's weight loss product in the market because no one had decided to build it. The reality is men don't actually want to eat. And so there was a fundamental flaw with we're going to focus on men. And we saw this. We have women signing up for our men's weight loss program.
When you get your product into market, your customers will tell you the answer. Women were literally signing up for Lever Health, and it wasn't built for them. There was a market pull, just not in the direction Kevin was pushing. So why not pivot?
The hard thing about startups is you get so attached to the thing, and then you run out of money to pivot. Pivoting would have been a rebrand. Pivoting would have been like turning things around. People think it's easy to, and it's just, we're talking months, and you just don't have months.
Time, resources. And maybe the pivot isn't even the company you want to found anymore. There's a lot of work between knowing what you should do and having the runway to do it. And sometimes the market just isn't ready. In hindsight, the pivot can make sense, but when you're in it, the way forward is hard to see.
Lever Health in an age of AI would have been much more successful. Lever Health, if we had decided to go down the medical route, I became really close to doing GLP-1s. And we were right there. We had a doctor on the team that we could have started prescribing through. You could have, would have, should have.
Could have, would have, should have. The 3 words every founder says after shutting down. Kevin could see the future of his company, GLP-1s plus lifestyle coaching. Basically what Noom is doing right now. He was right there. But being right about the market doesn't matter if you can't stay in it long enough to get to the other side. Pivot sounds like options, but really they are decisions about resources, time, money, energy, and conviction. And by the time you know you need to pivot, you've usually spent most of them. Kevin's superpower wasn't in consumer health, and he knows that now. But it took him building the wrong thing to figure out what the right thing felt like. Next week, Chapter 1.4, When Your Pain Becomes Your Blind Spot. The danger of building a company from a personal experience and what Kevin means when he says lean into your superpowers.